Hi there, Frankie for premium members for the trading day of April the 21st, 2025, a Monday. So first of all, thanks to those who took advantage of our Easter special. We hope you had a good weekend and a good Easter, and now we're ready for some very, very important events coming up, so pay attention and listen carefully. So first of all, first rule, we don't go fishing just because there's a river there. We go fishing where the fish are. So there's nothing here for me on the indexes right now. This is not a daily chart that is giving me any opportunities to do anything, so we're not going to get involved on the indexes tomorrow. I'm not planning to. As soon as there's some kind of setup, some work to do, don't worry, you will be the first to know. Also, the same thing happened on currencies. If you look back a couple of months in the videos, there were weeks and weeks and weeks we never touched the currencies because there was nothing to do. Now, however, we have been very busy with the currencies, and again, you were the first ones to know, even before the Swiss franc broke out and everything else. So let's get to them one by one. 6E, also there is a method that we use when we trade currencies, and we have described that method in many, many videos before, so allow me not to repeat that. Those who have been with me have heard this 10 times before, so I don't want to bore you guys to death every night, but there is a certain way we trade currencies, and in those videos, perhaps if you ask me or write to me, tomorrow night I might go into some details, but only if I'm asked to, because it's been covered many, many times before. All right, so having said all that, look at this beautiful 6E trade. There's nothing that you did not know about. So this is 0.7R at the moment, and there's no reason actually not to be in this trade. However, there's other currencies, correlated setups or trades in progress. So let's go just in alphabetical order, 6A. And it's not an accident that I'm starting always with the 6E. There is a reason for that, and you can look it up in the previous videos as well. 6A is breaking out. Look at this beautiful distance to go that 6A we expect will cover in the coming days and weeks. This is a good opportunity here anyway. So 6A has a good distance to cover here, and most likely it will. Let's look at 6B, which has just hit the previous high. Good long trade. Look at this on the 4-hour chart. However, the daily, that's right, is just checking the previous pivot. So this is the time to take profits here if you're long here on this market, and wait for the next setup. In the meantime, there's some other opportunities. Japanese yen is behaving beautifully. Still some room to go. This is what we call a slide along the counter. You see the lack of a expected bull flag on the 4-hour chart, about 0.7 R right now. So we expect the 1 R will be hit. And beautiful structure here on the New Zealand dollar, which is moving very similarly as we know with the Australian. Again, slide along the counter. Slide can go on for a long, long time. It might even go to the next pivot without a pullback. One of the possibilities that we need to be aware of. Let's move on to the other success story. The first one where it all started actually on the Swiss franc, remember? Where we said dollar weakening means higher gold prices and higher Swiss franc prices. That was down here. In the meantime, we have tested the previous pivot. Just remember the British pound chart. The British pound is right now here, hasn't broken out yet. Swiss franc is a little bit more advanced. It's already breaking out right now. So this is how it works. And what I'm saying here today, there's nothing new today because we've been covering this for a couple of weeks. This also should be enough indication to you that there's no reason to try to do this intraday. Why would I sit next to the machine 8 hours a day for nothing? Put on the trade, get on the bike, go to the gym, size correctly, keep your risk under control, and grow your account. Let's move on to precious metals. Gold, as you know, as the whole world knows by now, is vertical. Vertical markets are subject to collapse, of course. I don't think this will happen on gold given the general circumstances in the world. But again, this is the breakout area, nice pullback here. Again, gold is not a market that is really worthwhile trading on a 5-minute chart. There's no reason to. These are long-term processes, and the money is on the larger chart. So I think the 4-hour daily combination gives us the best opportunities. And there's a reason I have the 60-minute and the 15-minute in my workspace, by the way, because I do look at them just to identify exactly the microscopic entry points. But remember, and we've said this many, many times, just because I might choose my entry on a 15-minute chart, that doesn't mean that I'm not trading the 4-hour chart or the daily chart. I'm still trading the 4-hour chart. But I just looked into the microscope and identified a little pullback on the 15-minute chart. So this is how I see it. Let's move on to silver. Potentially the best opportunity of 2025 to grow an account. We've talked about silver many, many times, and we are positioned in silver correctly, and this might break out right now. The intraday chart is moving already. Now, this daily is a little messy. Yes, it is. But the way I see this, and this is just an aberration, so I'm not really giving this a lot of weight. Also, if you look at the weekly chart, then it jumps off the chart that this whole situation was just a failure test, after which price bounced back like a ping pong ball. That's all we need to know. I hope you know what a failure test is. If not, just Google failure test remek.ca. You can learn all about it. So much about the SI market. And the silver on the 4-hour chart is giving us an entry right now. Look at this. Also, the Market Scanner Pro always gives us a quantitative, objective, and accurate situation, and you can always use it as a guidance to make decisions or to look at markets. Okay, there's 2 more things I'd like to share with you. One is corn, beautiful structure on the daily. Again, the situation about fishing. So some people just insist on MNQ and stuff like that. I think we don't have to be that strict or punitive to ourselves. This is an excellent little setup here on corn, and I have nothing against trading corn. So it's a good market. The risk, let's look at, the risk is 488 daily ATR. So keep that in mind if you trade a small account. As we always say, at the end of the year, when you count your profits, you will not care if you made your money on corn or if you made your money on any NQ. There's one more. Soybean oil, ZL, is breaking out. Pressure into resistance, and we expect it to break out. Also, we have toyed with this region, with this area here, 3, 4, 5 times in the past, and now we're back here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever way we count this, this is now expected to break out, and there is room to go. So excellent opportunities in progress in currencies. Excellent action on gold if you've been long for a while, and I hope you have, one way or the other. SI is waking up, and the train is leaving the station as we speak. And 2 good opportunities on the agricultural markets. So I hope this helps, and take these seriously, and let's get to work. We'll be back soon, and until then, mindful trading.